Welcome back to the Insane Asylum. This is your host, Commander Asylum of the Initiative. Today, I want to talk about navigating your ship around space. Now, this is going to be a really high level of how we navigate, as in, how do I go from station to station or from system to system? Now, if you watched my first video, you kind of know how space is laid out. You know, the universe is broken apart into regions. Regions are broken apart into constellations and star systems, and within star systems I have different planets and moons and stations and a lot of stuff that I can warp to and dock with. So now let's talk about how do I go from one place to another. Alright, so I'm here where we left off in the Malukar star system in the constellation of Ordner in the Hymatar region. Okay, so let's say I want to go to, well, let's go ahead and start with my local solar system here. I can tell what's in my solar system by going to the map. I can click here to find out where I'm at, focus on my current location, zoom in, and I can see what's around me here. So this is the stuff that's in my solar system. Since it's in the solar system with me, I can jump to it. So if I want to go to this moon here, I'm in the same solar system, so I can right click on this and I can go ahead and warp to it. Now when I close it on my map, you will see that my ship is warping to that object. See, and there I go. Goodbye, space station. Okay, now I cannot warp to something that is not in the same solar system as me. So if I go to this adjacent system, let's go to Imanaka here, and I zoom in, I can see that they got their own celestials. But if I click on one of these, let's take this moon here, and I right click on it, I don't have any options. I can't warp to this thing. Okay. Well, that's because this is in a different solar system from me. I'm over here in Malukar, and this is over at Imanaka, so I have to find a way to go from here in Malukar to Imanaka. Well, they have stargates. Every system has a stargate, and stargates connect systems, and they're depicted on the map by these lines right here. These solid lines are, we call them gates between solar systems in the same constellation, and then I have constellation gates here are these dotted lines. So Imanaka to Ivar is going from one constellation to another, and that makes a difference if you want to do gate camps. The gates are slightly different, and how big of a radius that you could possibly come through is going to be bigger for a constellation gate versus just a local gate in the local star system. So let's say I do. So let's take a look at Imanaka. I want to zoom in here, and I see a station I might want to go to. Are there any stations? I know there's a station in here somewhere. Where do we have? Well, surely there's an NPC station here. I don't see one. Okay, maybe something's wrong with my... Oh wait, I'm zooming out here. What do we got? There's an NPC station. There we go. 6 Kin Development Warehouse. Let's say I want to go to this warehouse. It's a different solar system, so we can navigate there. And so that I get directions. The game can give me directions to this station. So I found it here on my map. I right click on it, and I choose Set Destination. And now you can see that it's actually plotted a route between solar systems to that station. And then when I close out of my map, if I go to the top left, my autopilot will appear. I can see that I have a route planned. It's a one jump. Right here, there we go. And it takes me to a station. Now when I have a route set, the stargates that I need to go to on that route are highlighted in yellow. So if you can see here on my overview on this right side over here, I have a station, I have a star, and I have a stargate. I know I have to go through the stargate because it is yellow, and nothing else is yellow. So let's click on it. And I'm going to click on jump, and that's going to take us through the gate. Okay, so if you're in a system and you look up there and you don't see anything you can go to, you probably have a different tab selected here on your overview. So if you're looking at this and it's like I have nothing that I can go to, look at your tabs. Make sure you're selected to General, Warp to, or All. And I'll talk about those in a different video about what all those mean. But generally, you want General up. That's going to have the things that you can warp to and dock with and jump through. And it'll also show other players on there for you. So it's probably the most useful, commonly useful of all the overview tabs. Okay, there we go. So I just warped to that that jump gate and jumped through it. So now here I am. I just came through the jump gate, and I'm in a different system. I'm now in Imanaka, which is, if you remember, we looked at that map, and I chose to go get directions to an NPC station here in Imanaka. So it took me through the jump gate. I am now in Imanaka. Let's take a look at the map here, and you can see. Yep, see, I was in Malakar, and now it shows my location here in Imanaka. And we can see where I am. By clicking on this button here, it'll show me where I am in the system. There we go. Okay, and I think the NPC station was... Where was it? Oh, it's way out there. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Now, since I chose to go to a station, it's also going to have the station highlighted in yellow. That's the station I chose on my autopilot route, was this one right here. So now I can click on dock. And now it's going to warp me to this station, and I'm going to dock with it. Okay, so that is going from star system to star system. Now I can also do things here in the same solar system. So you don't always have to open up your map. Zoom in on your system and look around and find something you want to go to. Like if I want to go to this asteroid belt over here, I don't have to bring up the map and choose that. Instead, if you click on the Warp To tab, it'll bring up all these celestial objects. Now, celestial objects are the star, so the sun for the system. It's going to have all the asteroid belts. It's going to have all the moons. It's also going to have all the planets. All that stuff's going to be here in the Warp To tab. Now, this is a very convenient tab where you're being attacked, you're about to die, or someone's killing you, and you need a quick escape. You can click on this Warp To tab, choose a random object, click it, and then warp to it. And it'll be a quick escape. Now, if your ship is tackled, if someone has specific modules to prevent you from warping, when you try to do this, you're not going to go anywhere. But if you're fast enough and you do this before they get you tackled, then you can warp out of a very dangerous situation and find yourself safe. So it's kind of like the safety tab right here. Okay, so we found that out. Now if I click on the general tab, it's not going to show me all those celestials. Instead, it's going to show me just major things that I can warp to here in this local space. So it has the star, it has 4 stargates in this system. I have the 1 NPC station that we saw on the map, and I have an unidentified wormhole and a Jove observatory. And these all do different things. You can search on EVE University's wiki, any of these things, to find out more about them. And so that is, oh, one thing I want to talk about. So I see a lot of posts on Reddit of people getting their ships blown up because they accidentally went through low security or no security space. So let's say I want to do a route. Let's say that route is going to take me down to, I don't know, let's go to Omist or something. Yeah, down here, set destination to that random thing here. Okay, so on this route here, you can see the route. Every star system along my route is represented by a little square here. Now the security status of that system is reflected by the color of the little square. Blue, green, and yellow are high security space. That means if someone illegally attacks you, then the police will show up and blow their ships up. They won't save you. If that person can blow you up before their ship is blown up, you're going to die. And typically if someone does that, they know they're going to kill you, and you're probably going to die. So this isn't necessarily 100% safe space, but it's safer in the fact that anyone that attacks you is guaranteed to die. They're going to lose their ship. So now you can see right here, I got this little orange square here between. I got a high sec right here, and then before that I have high sec, but right there I got a low sec right there. So for that one spot right there, when I go through there and I'm in that system, the police do not respond. And like I said in my previous video, it's safe to assume that anyone you see in these low security or null security systems are there to kill you. They can and will kill you, because most of them will if you give them the chance. So let's say you took a courier contract and you want to deliver some stuff for a couple million ISK, and you put your route to the system for the delivery location, and you see this. It's important to check this route, and you see, oh my gosh, I don't want to go through that low security system, because you'll probably die. So to avoid that, you can take that system, right click on it, and choose avoid. Now what it's going to do is it's going to replot your route. Now unfortunately, the route I chose takes me to null security space. So it is impossible for the autopilot to not take me through dangerous space. But if I was going from high security space to high security space and I saw that little orange thing in there, which Tama is one of the famous ones, and Abazon is another one of the famous ones. There are low-sec systems that are mushed in between high security space, where if you take that most direct route, you're going to go through that low security space, and it's just filled with people that love to kill new players that come through there. All you got to do is just right-click, avoid that system, and the autopilot will route you around that system, and it'll keep you in high security space if it can. Another way to ensure that is make sure that so you can click on this A here, and you have these different autopilot options. Right now I have prefer shorter. If it's taking you through low security or null security space and you don't want it to, you can say prefer safer, and it's going to try to maximize how often you are in high security. Now it can make the route much longer to do that, but it's going to try to avoid low security and null security space as much as possible. So between those two things, you should be able to avoid going through low or null security space for 99% of the places that you want to go to in high security space. If you're doing the Sisters of Evark, there's a couple routes where if you do the most shortest direct route, it's going to take you through low security space, and there's people that just wait there for new bros to come through just to blow them up, and you're going to get blown up if you do that. So keep an eye out for that. Alright, so if you have any questions, drop them in the comment below, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, fly dangerous.